Now, the big thing is, yes, building is a big part of any AI business, but distribution is king. And I'm about to fix the problem that most businesses have, because here's what most people in this space get completely wrong. And honestly, this is where I see even technically strong engineers leave money on the table every single day. They build incredible systems. I mean, you're using Claude Code to build these very powerful AI agents and AI employees, and they can do enterprise-grade, genuinely impressive work. But then they go silent. Yeah, you built it, but no sales. Why? No content, no distribution, no presence, and they wonder why deals aren't coming in. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The person who understands how to package and distribute their work will always out-earn the person who just builds and builds and builds, always, because building is one thing. To actually get a sale, you have to be able to distribute. So the question becomes, how do you get enterprise clients to find you, trust you, and pay you before you even get on a call with them? How can you establish that connection? Because you might be able to build, but again, if you can't get in front of their faces, there's no way you can sell to them. The answer is multiple media marketing. Now, a great example of that is content marketing. Of course, content marketing requires, creating videos and maybe Instagram and TikTok. There's other marketing methods as well. But the thing is, even with content marketing, most people treat content marketing like it's optional. I'm not gonna sit there and create Instagram and TikToks. Maybe if I have free time, I'll hire someone to do so. But if you're selling AI systems to enterprises, C-suites, operation directors, founders running $5 million operations, your content is your credibility before the first email gets even opened. And again, it doesn't have to be Instagram or TikTok, it can be LinkedIn, it can be X, it can be Reddit, some sort of way to document your work publicly. Think about it this way. When my $5 million a month client found me, first he did was not send me a contract. The first thing he did was watch my videos. That's how he found me. If he never saw me build, if he never saw me solve problems live, if he never saw me talk about business in a way that made sense to someone at his level, we would never have connected. And that's literally closed the deal before I even knew he existed. He found me first. And again, I understand if you are a founder or you're someone who's just starting your business out or trying to scale it, you don't want to be the person in front of the camera because maybe you're camera shy or you work a job, but you don't want your company knowing that you're making these, dancing on TikTok, whatever. You can always hire someone. But there's an even better way. And here's how to create an AI employee for content marketing using Claude Code. And yes, we are using a tool called Remotion for this. This is not sponsored, by the way. Remotion is a React-based framework that lets you programmatically create videos using code. Think of it like being able to script out an entire video production pipeline with just a prompt. You can generate short-form video content like data breakdowns, product demos that are going viral on X, explainer clips, completely programmatic. So here's the workflow. You prompt Claude Code to spin up a Remotion project. You give it your brand colors, your fonts, your assets, your content pillars. Claude Code scaffolds the entire component library to then use it for your future videos. Then you build an agent that pulls from a content calendar, which Claude Code also generates and manages. Maybe it's a Google Calendar or Notion table. It writes a short script using your voice, renders it into a 60-second reel using Remotion, and then posts it to your LinkedIn or Instagram on a schedule. We're talking a full content engine built once, running forever. In fact, this AI content manager I'm literally offering right now to enterprises. And speaking about enterprises, how do you run content marketing for them? Because you're not posting tutorials for beginners. What you're doing is you're posting case studies, results, numbers, how you replace a $120,000 a year marketing director with a system you built in a week. That's your content. And when the CMO of a $50 million company sees that on their LinkedIn feed, they're not scrolling past it because they want to see that content AI employee in their infrastructure. They want to be able to use it themselves. In fact, if you're a CEO watching this right now, you're probably going to want to email me to potentially get in touch and see how I can add my AI employees into your business. But as an AI business owner who's trying to scale his business, what are you doing? You're posting videos about how you create end-to-end flows, you're sharing it on LinkedIn, sharing it on X. Man, an executive wants to see, here's a problem that cost my peer $250,000 a year. Here is an AI system that solved it. Here's how long it took to build. Here's the ROI. They honestly don't even care what tool you use. They just care about, do the results come in? And that's it, that's the content. You package your client work, you anonymize it where needed, and you post it like clockwork on platforms like LinkedIn or X. Your content should feel like a business case study, not a coding tutorial or try to get viral scheme. Once you have a lot of people interested in your services or your product, let's talk proposals, because this is where most deals die. If the proposal is written wrong, no matter how good you've been up to this point, how much you've used Claude Code successfully, everything can fall apart right here. I've seen proposals where people say, here are our services and here's a number at the bottom. This is how much you got to pay. And the clients who get the proposal, they automatically feel like you're unprofessional and they ditch you. I've seen developers send Word documents with bullet points as proposals for 6-figure projects. This is not how you close a CFO of a company. Here's how I build proposals using Claude Code, and it has completely changed my close rate. Because how many companies, if you're an executive, be honest, how many proposals are getting sent to you like this, and how many are just boring Word docs? This catches your eye. If you want to build a successful proposal like this, follow these steps. Before I even build anything, I do one 30 to 45 minute call. I go in with a prepared set of questions that Claude Code drafted for me based on the client's industry after scraping their website. Not generic questions, but actual industry-based questions. What does a current lead to contract pipeline look like? Where does it break down? What does a bad month cost you operationally versus a good month? You are mining for pain, real quantifiable pain. And I record all these meetings and I use my Google Workspace, which automatically transcribes the meeting. Once I get the transcription of the meeting, what I do is I copy it and I paste it in Claude Code with a prompt that says, extract the top 3 operational inefficiencies, quantify the cost of each one based on what was shared, and map each one to potential AI system I can build. I bring all this in plan mode within my Claude Code, because this is basically like your super senior advisor who can help you plan a amazing product that you can then give to the clients. But obviously before you actually build the product, you have a proposal that's attached to it. And you can just copy the plan mode details of Claude Code and put that as a proposal. Now, I'll be lying if I said I just use Claude Code for this part. Sometimes I do use regular base Claude with the Sonnet 4.6 model. And one thing I will always tell it is to, hey, make sure you include an executive summary of 2 paragraphs, what the problem costs them and what you're going to do about it. Also propose AI system, specific name system, not just, AI automation solution, but I mean like, hey, this is an AI powered employee that can review contracts. It is a routing agent that reduces your legal review cycle from 14 days to 48 hours. And I also like to attach an ROI projection to it as well. But to get like some super cool proposal like this, which is a .html file, what I do is I'll put everything back in the Claude Code and have it generate a nice 1-pager that is a very beautiful proposal that I can then give to the client. And again, they're not really used to this because these millennials are more used to like Word document proposals, PDFs. This is fancy. But this also shows that you know what you're talking about. The single biggest thing that separates a $5,000 proposal from a $120,000 proposal is specificity. Anyone can say we automate your operations. But when you say, based on what you share, your current onboarding process costs approximately $4,200 per hire in manual hours, and an estimated 18% of new employees churn in 1 year due to a disjointed onboarding experience. We are building an AI onboarding system that cuts that cost by 60% and reduces early churn through automated personalized touch points. Yeah, wasn't that amazing? Like if I heard that, I would automatically think I'm talking to the Albert Einstein of AI. This is the language of enterprises. This is what they need to see. This is what they have to understand about how you're about to affect your budget. And this is how you close clients. And you can run all this with Claude Code.